Yo, 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 it's the 1409 podcast. I go by the name of KT.
It's your boy Guala Meets World.
Hey, we're in episode 137. Was it 136? I don't know. We in one of the episodes. 137. Yeah, we're in episode 137. Got special guests in here, you know what I'm saying? Vice President of Marketing and Head of Operations at South Coast Music Group. You know what I'm saying? We got Mr. Garrett Williams in here. How you doing, sir?
What up, man? Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate you joining us for real, for real.
For sure.
For sure.
I mean, shoot, y'all know what episode it is. I mean, y'all do this on a regular, man. I mean, y'all pumping these things out, man. I ain't mad at you, man. It's what it's supposed to be about.
It's 137. I'm messing around though. It's 137. Yeah. So, all right, we got the little introduction out of the way. Let's go and get to the. Or whatever you may have. I don't know what you have. I don't know what you have, but I know what I have. So I'm about to pour that up real quick. Like we like to let the guests do the toast. So Mr. Garrett Williams, you the guest tonight. So what would you like to toast to for this
episode? Man, I just want what can we toast to, man? Let's toast health and whatever wealth is in your whatever wealth is to you. Let's toast to that. And a great release tonight with the surprise baby dropping at midnight.
Oh man.
Oh yes sir. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Here's our special guest.
Look at little JT. All right, Mr. Williams, how we like to start the show. We always like to ask the guests, man, what are 3 things people may not know about you?
Funny things. Okay. I got a learning disability. I got dyslexia. That's one. I'm not Latino, Hispanic, anything like that. My mom from New Orleans, so I'm Creole, but I'm Black. Not saying no disrespect to any, like everybody think I'm Dominican or Puerto Rican or something like that. I'm just saying. Or in LA, I get a lot of I'm Spanish. So, what else about me? Man, I'm super humble and happy, man. That's about it, bro.
For sure, man. All right, so where you originally from, man? Where you grew up?
Oh, man, I'm born and raised in LA, man, on the west side of LA. Not West LA, but like if you're from LA, you know, the 110 freeway divides the east side and the west side of LA, like in the community. So, you know, I'm on the west side of the 110 freeway. So I grew up all on the west side, Gardena, Lamar Park, Ladera Heights, Jefferson, and Crenshaw. So I'm all on the west side of LA.
Hey, for sure. Shout out to the Cali roots, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know we always get the last with the music, with people loving this, but you know, I feel like us from Cali, we always are influential in everything. You know what I'm saying? You might catch it in other people's music, but you know, it always starts out here. I know all music is just different for other people, but I feel like, you know, you'll see the sprinkle and stuff. It was funny, man. I always used to laugh when people used to tell us, us wearing khaki suits and stuff, and Dickie's talking about y'all wearing church pants, and then, you know, later on in life, we see Beyonce video "Crazy in Love" with Jay-Z, and he got a whole Dickie suit on. So it's like how things just spread around, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, my times on the West Coast, I say y'all got some music. The music out there is a different, you know, coming from like the Southeast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, definitely.
The vibe is different, but definitely, you know, y'all be doing y'all thing, man. I was in some clubs out there, man. Mm-hmm. Hey, the West get lit too, for real.
No, I mean, I think the West Coast always got a connection with the South, man. I mean, you know, we are from the South, so it's like our roots, you know what I'm saying? And the westward expansion, it's like you can't deny it. That's why, you know, back in the day, like Ice Cube and Scarface was tight, man. I look at all the influences I see in Atlanta with the Atlanta music, man. Or even like we was just talking about our artist Black Zach and how he rap, and I mean the storytelling and stuff like that. You know, I feel like that connection there. You know, we always were able to bond with the Southern music. You know,
facts, big facts. So, man, you know, how was your upbringing growing up on the West Side?
Oh, man. Yo, look, I can't complain, man. You know, it's always ups and downs, man, but I had a great life, bro. I was, like I said, I had a learning disability. I wasn't, you know, always keyed in on school as much, just because I didn't know, I didn't read, I didn't learn how to read till later on in life. So when I say later on, I mean like fully like understood what my learning disability was until like 13 or 14. So my mother was an educator, was a school teacher, and ended up becoming a principal. So her thing was always, hey man, regardless of what you do, you got to go get a degree to fall back on. So I was able to graduate high school, didn't know where I was going to do next, and I was able to get into a school called Florida A&M University, FAMU. They had a great program down for people with learning disabilities. I'm actually mentoring a kid from there now that's in the summer program that I went to when I was in school down there. Got out of school. While I was in school, I pledged as a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi. And when I got home to LA, one of the bros out here was in the music business, and one thing led to another after a couple months of trying to get in, and he opened the door for me to get in. I can't complain about nothing, man. Look, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be where I'm at through the great times, the bad times. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Hey man, that's love there for real, for real. What was that time like at Florida A&M? We had a couple of guests that went to that attended Florida A&M, so we liked it.
I'll be honest with you, brother. Like when I first got down there, I hated fam. It was, and I won't say, I was never a big thing a school fan. It was more of okay, cool. I'm getting away from home. You know what I'm saying? That was an outlet to get away, but. Going from a city like Los Angeles, going 95 miles an hour, you know what I'm saying, and going to a small place like Tallahassee, Florida, going 30 miles an hour was like a culture shock, you know what I'm saying? Not being around, you know what I'm saying, my other peers and stuff like that, but just how slow it was. But it was amazing after I stuck with it because I felt like I learned so many morals and values down there, Yes, sir, yes, ma'am, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I didn't know that in LA, but we just didn't speak like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I always tell this story. It was like the first day I went down there for the summer program. My first day going back to school, I'm standing in front of my dorm room, and these two guys are walking towards me, and they looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and my mom's right there. So, I jumped in front of my mom and stood in front of my mom, like, hey, hold on. And they got closer and closer, and they looked, and I'm looking at them, and before they could say, I'm like, yo, you know me? And they like, huh? I'm like, man, you know me? Like, why you staring at me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're like, nah, bro, we just gonna say, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Introduce ourselves and say you got a nice, that we like the t-shirt you had on. And I remember my mom slapping me in the back of my head, like, bro, this ain't LA, But I wouldn't have thought no different, you know what I'm saying? It's
facts.
So I mean, it was like me getting down there and learning. I mean, me and those two guys are still good friends to this day. But it's just funny because that's the way I grew up.
Yeah, you thought you had some problems, but they was really just trying to compliment you out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's, you got to think that. I mean, I look at a lot of these artists today, man, and I look at a lot of these younger artists today, and it's like, I know everything is, hey, I'm gonna let all my information, I'm gonna tell everybody how I feel and this and that, and on social media, this, that, and this. And I feel like, sometimes you got to step back and think about the future before you jump in there and just, go off an instinct at that right that moment, because you never know what's going to happen later on in life,
For sure.
One thing I always say, man, don't burn your bridges, man. I don't care if you don't like your boss or what you do, man. Look, man, don't burn your bridges, because you never know what's going to happen later on in life.
Yeah, that network got to be strong, right?
Yeah, network got to be strong. I mean, look, bro, you know, that person might work for you. That person might later on in life, you know what I'm saying? You might need them for something else, but you burn that bridge, you never know. I mean, there's a lot of people I work with in life that, I mean, I couldn't stand and I didn't get along, but they never knew that. I still did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I still do what I have to do when I run across people that I have to work with that, you know what I'm saying, we might not think the same. And I know, they getting over and stuff like that. But look, you never know.
So basically, sometimes you got to be cordial. What you saying?
Yeah, I mean, cordial. Look, man, you ain't got to be everybody's friend to work with them. You know what I'm saying? You just got to, be in the kind of, let's take y'all show, for example. Say y'all fall out, but this show becomes the biggest show in the world. Y'all gonna stop doing this show and mess up the money, or you gonna do the show? Y'all might not like each other, but hey, y'all gonna do the show. You know what I'm saying? It makes stuff going. You know what I'm saying? Keep stuff going.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel that 100%, bro.
Always got to keep a good working relationship is. And
Man,
one thing somebody told me, especially man, when it comes to business and these working relationships, is try to keep emotion out of it as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. You know what I'm saying? It's about business.
same what you just said at the end. At the end of the day, it's about business. At the end of the day, it's about business. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you might meet a lot of friends in this game, man, and you realize that it's business. When people back up against the wall and they feel like you ain't did what you're supposed to do, that friendship go out the door. It's like, yo, what's up? Like, it's business, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you, man. I put my best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? I tell people a lot, like my boss, Arnold Taylor, you know what I'm saying? That's my boss. But me and Arnold, we met at Interscope. You know what I'm saying? Arnold and me were in the same department. I was the director of urban promotions. Arnold was our national in North Carolina, you know what I'm saying, for Interscope Records. And at the time, you know, me and Arnold had to work. I worked with all the nationals and regionals, booking artists with all the radio stations back there. So, you know, we built a rapport and a bond and a brotherhood, you know. And at the end of the day, Arnold's my homeboy and my brother, but Arnold's my boss. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna not you know realize that man pays my bills. You know what I'm saying? That man gave me the opportunity and the chance to leave. You know what I'm saying? And banked on me to come over here and help him continue to grow his empire. So I know me and Arnold are brothers, and that's my friend. But I'm never gonna not perform because oh man, he ain't gonna trip. Nah, that's still my boss. And if we don't make it happen, then look, we ain't got nothing. If we don't make it happen and stuff doesn't keep going right, then what we gonna do? We got to start cutting the legs off people.
For real, got to maintain that professionalism, even though you know you got to keep the personal and the business separate. You know, you got to take care of the business at the end of the day. I feel that 100%.
Yeah, as long as I'm doing my job and doing my job 100, not you know what I'm saying, it's 100%, but I'm trying to give 150% of everything I do. So yeah, as long as I'm doing that, then shoot, we gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. All right, so
Sure.
you transitioned from FAMU, and you say you linked up with some of your people in LA. What was that experience like?
You know, coming back from fam, you know, it was different because I didn't come home every summer. You know what I'm saying? I kind of, you know, I'm not like we always say. I say, you wish you can go back and change things. I love everything I did. I did when I was leaving fam. Wish I would have stayed in the South a little longer. You know, I love the South, and I always eventually feel like I'm gonna end up back there. But at that time, you know, Atlanta was just starting to pop with the music, and LA was, you know what I'm saying, the only place besides New York that had a music base. So my thing was like, hey man, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna utilize staying with some family members, my parents or my, you know what I'm saying, my cousins, something like that. So I could pay them some money just so I can try to get into this music game. Because I mean, you look at college students now, man, say somebody from South Carolina that goes, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, North Carolina A&T and graduate want to get in the music business, they going up to New York. I mean, shoot, you ain't getting nothing in there for less than a G. You know what I'm saying? And if you paying $1,000, you probably sleeping in a closet. So it was my goal was to come home, you know, figure it out, get into the music business. Obviously, when I came home after those first 6 months, you know, Sally Mae started calling, talking about she wanted her money back from college. So, you know, I started working as a case manager. Like I said, I met one of my older frat brothers out here, Mo Kelly. He was actually working at Interscope for the president of Black Music, and me and him connected and stayed in contact. And he told me whenever he was going to leave, he's going to put me in position to sell myself and try to get a position. And so that eventually happened. He went to go write for the Jim Rohn show, and he gave me an opportunity to sell myself. I had a great interview when I first walked in. I didn't get the job because I didn't know anything about the music business. And, you know, that's one thing about the entertainment business, period. I mean, even with some of these other businesses, man, it's who you know and what experience you have. Don't get me wrong. I'll never tell nobody not to go to school. College is amazing. But it's who you know and the experience you have.
Big fact. So you said you was under the president of Black Music?
Yeah, I went in an interview with this gentleman by the name of Steph Johnson. Steph Johnson, you know what I'm saying, a legend in the game. He told me, we went in there and talked for 2 hours. Actually, he's from Florida, but he went to school in New Orleans. And when my people's from New Orleans, man, we talked for like 2 hours. I'm thinking I nailed this position. he got called to a meeting and asked me 2 questions. Like, oh, bro, I can't hire you. I don't know nothing about the music business. I'll keep your resume on file. Nice to meet you. And, you know, I went in there suited and booted. I'm already getting laughed at when I walked in there because I'm a professional. You know what I'm saying? College graduate. Let me go ahead and put on my suit and tie, get this, you know, presentation all that I could. So I was going back downstairs to go get in the car to go home. And Morris came downstairs and was like, hey, man, come back upstairs. I want you to meet this gentleman by the name of Kevin Black. Went in there. Me and Kevin Black had a great conversation. And he's like, look, bro, you got to quit your job today. I'm going to give you a week trial. You mess up 3 times, I'm going to fire you. So you want to roll the dice and bet on yourself or what you want to do? And I rolled the dice.
You rolled that dice and you won, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I crapped out twice, man, but then wasn't crapping out the 3rd time. And I wasn't going to lose 3 times in a row. But I mean, it was great. I mean, at that time, man, Kevin Black was one of the biggest people at Interscope Records. He ran the rap department. He was the VP of the rap department. But Black was kind of like a school mascot for Interscope. Like he was in every hip hop video back in the day. You know, he started his days with Death Row Records with Suge and you know, Dr. Dre and Snoop. He left there and went to A&M Records and started being the president of Twism Records with Shaq, and he was running Shaq's label. And then, left Shaq's label and went to work for A&M, and then A&M Records and Geffen Records and Interscope Records all merged into one, and he became the president of the rap department. And back then at the rap department, that was including like all, you know, the mix show, and then street teams was heavy back then, where you see all the poster boards and the cars wrapped and stuff back in the day. And he was over that. But Black was like I said, he was the mascot. So when it came to doing work, like Black, okay, cool, you go handle all that. I got to go out in the streets and do X, Y, and Z. So me not knowing stuff and having to teach myself and ask so many questions, it was great for me because I was able to learn and soak up all that knowledge. So by the time he would come back or something would happen, I would know how to fix the situation before it even escalated to be something bigger because I had to learn how to do it by my own.
All right, learn from experience. Learn from experience. Big
man, like I said, man, what you know, it was gonna take you a long way, bro.
Facts. So do you feel like with you going into the music industry, you just had a love for music, or you know, what inspired you or what pushed you to, you know, get into the music industry?
When I was a child, I mean, I love music all my life, bro. But when I was a child, my uncle, rest in peace, man, he was in the music business, and I didn't know what he did in the music business. But I'm just like, you know, to see a Black man, and obviously, you know, I'm older than you guys. So me, you know what I'm saying, being a Black man, you know, as a child growing up in the 80s and seeing my uncle like just be the man, you know what I'm saying, traveling here, we going to all the different games. He took me to go see Michael Jackson at the Dodger Stadium. I think I was like 3 or 4 years old. Like, he was the guy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, seeing how everybody loved him, but it didn't even seem like he worked because he was in the music business. And at that time, it was like the music business was printing money up, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was having a ball. So I always wanted to get in the music business, you know, since then. And then my love of music just, you know, kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. So, you know, I knew when I got out of school, all I wanted to do was get in the music business. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I just wanted to get in the music business and be able to navigate to get to where I wanted to be at. Which then, you know, I was in the urban department doing radio promo for like the first 10 years of my career. And I'll be honest with you, like, I didn't even like the radio department. I didn't like calling, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the guy to get on the phones and call PDs and MDs and, program directors and music directors and mix show coordinators and mix show directors and ask for spins. Like, I had like a more of a creative thing. So a mind state. And they created a position for me, which I kind of did the marketing in that department. Even though we have a whole marketing department that market our artists, I would market them different in my department of the urban radio department. So it was good, man. I mean, I love that part, but then my boss left, Step left, and my boss Garnett left. A new regime came in, and, you know, it was funny. I was offered the job to take my old boss's job to make, you know, a lot of, you know, take a big jump in the salary, but my passion wasn't in that. So I turned it down and I had to restart all over. And I went into the marketing department, not knowing, you know, the technical things to do with marketing, but I got in there and I succeeded because of my creativity and, you know, my relationship skills and my personality, and I'm a hard worker.
So what did this job entail when you got into the marketing segment of?
Oh man, you know, it was basically about marketing, you know, marketing acts at the time. You know, when you're at a record label, you know, at the time, a product manager and marketing director, I mean, they're actually basically like the project manager. They manage the project in the building. You know what I'm saying? So you're the liaison between the artist and manager and getting all the information from the building and filtering it to them and getting the answers from them, filtering it back to the label. At the same time, you're trying to use creativity to break these acts. So with all that being said, you know, there's budgets involved. So you need to know how to, you know, work your quarterly budget your quarterly budget to break these acts. So, I mean, at the same time as you kind of like co-managing an act, you still have to come up with different marketing plans to execute to break these acts. And to me, that's the fun part about it. I love like coming up with like creative ideas and trying to like, okay, what do I know the people want to see, or what's popping in the streets that I know we can flip and use it for this act, you know?
Yeah, so basically you had to find a different recipe for each particular artist because every artist was different, or?
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. I mean, that's like you guys doing interviews now, man. Every interview on here don't talk the same. Every interview person on here don't, you know what I'm saying, don't walk the same. Obviously you guys deal with a lot of different personalities, just like being in marketing, you know, you have to be able to adapt to every situation. So it matters what artists, you know, I had the artists from Little Mosey and then I had Machine Gun Kelly. Like those are two different artists in two different, you know what I'm saying, genres, two different age groups, you know what I'm saying? Then I had, you know, K Camp, and then I had Baby. Then I had, you know, some lower tier artists that did R&B music, and then I had some a female rap artist. So it's like you have to be able to adapt to that situation and know and tap in with that artist and figure out what they like and, you know, what information they know, and basically, you know, help them become a better person. My biggest thing is I never want to work with an act that, you know, failed, because I feel like this is what you want to do. This is what you want to come here. This is how you want to change your life. I don't want to see you fail, because if you fail, you're going back to the community and I don't know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize, you know, these acts, man, you know, they give it their all. And if they don't make it, you know what I'm saying? They deal with the different depressions and stuff like that. They got to go back to that community. Like, oh man, you wasn't successful. Oh man, this and that. And you never know what's going on. So my thing was always to put 110% into each act, to do my best to make sure, you know what I'm saying, they succeed in their goals and their dreams. And I would, you know, have those conversations like, man, you don't want to do this interview, but you rather working over here this odd job that you don't really want to work. I mean, you had an opportunity to do something, and you have an opportunity to be great.
Yeah, most definitely. Because going back home, they got to deal with all the different questions and all of that,
bro. All that. I mean, you think about, you know, I think we all have friends. Like I remember when I was younger, man, you know, growing up in LA, when I found out I had a learning disability, my mother shipped me out to the school in the Valley. In the school, you know what I'm saying, I only had like 200 kids in there, but man, majority of that school was, you know, families were upper rich. So it's like, I'm trying to relate to these people over here at this school. And then I got to come home and people are like, oh man, you think you're better than us because you're going to school in the Valley with the rich kids. So it's like, you got to be able to balance that. And, you know, that's hard for a lot of people that, you know, hey man, I got signed, I made a record deal, I'm about to be big. And then, well, what happened? You ain't become big. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they put all that weight on their shoulders because they don't know how to explain what happened, why it didn't work, and this, that, and this. Sometimes things don't work. I mean, you look at certain acts that was in the game for years, and you know, it just wasn't their time. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's their time, and you know, God blessed them. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I feel like everything happens for a reason. I'm trying to think of an act. Let's take 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, when he first came out, he was Titty Boy. For years, he was Titty Boy. For years, he was on DTP. For years, he was doing this thing. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, baby. Hold on. What up, sir?
Hey, make sure y'all tap in for all your candle needs. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tap in with J Love Candle Company. They got the candles and wax melts all handcrafted and hand poured in small batches out there in Katy, Texas, man. Go to jlovecandleco.com for sure, for sure. Shout out to Joni with the candles. Also, for your marketing and branding, make sure you head over to ideclaredit.info. They have 200 plus satisfied clients nationwide. And we can personally say that they can definitely help you get to the next level that Declare Marketing. So make sure y'all are tapping in with Declare Marketing. Also, Gualame's World just dropped that Godly Intuition not too long ago. So make sure y'all tapping in with that as well. You know what I'm saying? On all platforms. It's streaming on all platforms. Like every platform. It's not a platform that's not on, you know what I'm saying? So what would you say your favorite song is off of Godly Intuition?
Sheesh. I gotta go with Soul Diggers, man. That's probably my favorite one. I had
Sorry about
slowly
that.
that song.
It's all good. It's all good. We know how to adjust to the live situation. It's all
Hey,
good.
yeah, man. Thanks for putting me on mute too, because I forgot to do that, but I jumped on.
Yes, sir.
I don't know where we left off, but oh yeah, Titty Boy Tuesday. Yeah, so I mean, look at all those years. I mean, he got on a song and he started popping back and like, you know what I'm saying? This is after he had Duffel Bag Boy in 2008, 2009. And that record, they worked for at least 9 or 10 months and that record blew. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, oh, him and Dollar's on now. And then it's like, okay, it went back down and then he started doing those mixtapes and he started yelling on the mixtapes, 2 Chainz, and people thought it was a whole new rapper. And Titty Boy still doing his thing. And, you know, look, you can see that lane and he went for it. Got a whole new record deal. And now look where he at now. 10 years later. Amazing.
I really got on it when that Cody and Cowboy came out.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, you know, I look at K-Camp, man. K-Camp, you know what I'm saying? He was up. He was super, super up. And he had that song with
Michael Montana.
That record right there. I love that record. I'm like, oh, I thought it was his record.
I thought it was K-Camp's song the whole time when I first heard it. Like,
yeah, and then he was like, nah, that's Michael. I wrote the hook and I was like, dang. And then next thing I know, I see him 2 years later and he back. You know what I'm saying? So everything always happens, you know what I'm saying, for a reason. Dude, you know what I'm saying? He had Comfortable and he was putting all this music out and he was putting out great music. It just wasn't connecting. And look, he came with Lottery last year and was like, right back.
Yeah, like his content is good, his music is good. I don't know, like why people don't like really gravitate towards it because that we rock with K-Camp.
I love Cap is one of the dopest artists. You know what I'm saying? Especially his pen game, especially how humble, how he's hungry still. He great. His whole team is great. You know what I'm saying? Like his mom. You know what I'm saying? To the Genius. You know what I'm saying? To the whole team they built is just great, man. Like, and I know regardless of what it is, he's gonna have longevity in this game because his pen game is amazing.
Oh yeah, man! Every time K-Camp drops something, I'm like,
exactly,
definitely rock with K-Camp.
Man, to this day, like not gonna say, you know, I don't even work it, but we built a bond. I look at him as like a little brother to me. That's like my bro. I whatever he calls me or needs, I'm there for him. Like he's just a great individual.
For sure.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. So, but over the years, what other significant events that you like to share with at your time at Interscope? What other experience?
What do you mean significant? Do you mean like who else I worked with and stuff like that?
Well, you can do that, but like some things that happened that you're most proud of, like things like that.
Oh, okay. I got you. We used to do this event in Miami for Radio One. Radio One is the largest Black-owned radio chain in America. So they got they own like Hot in Atlanta, Hot 107.9 Atlanta. I'm trying to think of other radio stations y'all might have that know this Radio One. I don't know everything in South Carolina, but I think they got something in Charlotte. But we used to do these big events with them, man. And, you know, that was, you know, we have to come up with creative marketing things. And at these events, what happened, they would bring all their Radio One with our PDs, which are program directors, the people that actually program the music of the stations, the music directors, and any significant person at that station, they'll bring them in. And you could have a meeting, you can, you know what I'm saying, bring artists in. And we would bring our artists in and just blow everybody away, have a bomb party, you know what I'm saying? Have them performing, free food, free liquor, you know what I'm saying? The times we did them was in Miami, had a cigar guy there. And those were just so great because it's like, man, the artists you get to bond with the artists more, but then you also get to bond with the people and make that connect with the artists and the people that's breaking their music on the radio, you know? And just to see all that interaction and then to take an idea and bring it to light was just always amazing.
I feel that, man. Like out there in Miami doing the thing, people out there showing love. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that was great. Yeah, that was great. But I mean, you know what, man? I think, you know, anytime I used to work with artists and being on the road with them and bringing them to a different markets they've never been, or even big artists that been to those different markets and showing them something new, or you know what I'm saying? Those were great. You know what I'm saying? Those were real amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell you, I didn't work with some of the biggest acts on the road. I can work with some of the acts when nobody knew who they were, and then all of a sudden they became the biggest acts, and just to see their growth and see all the hard work, you know, that was amazing. I remember going on tour when nobody knew who Robin Thicke was, and we would go be on a bus and go into these little, you know what I'm saying, on the Chitlin circuit. I mean, his first show we had was in Baton Rouge at a club, but they turned the club from a Pizza Hut into a club. And he couldn't believe he was performing in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm a top tier artist. I got my band, this small thing. And man, by the time that show started, man, that line was wrapped around the block. We had to do 2 shows in one night. And he was like, oh my God, I didn't know. And it was like back to back to back to back. So it was amazing.
yeah,
What
man.
would you? Oh, my fault.
Now, go ahead.
I was just gonna say people sleep on that chitlin circle.
Oh man, dude, like that's why I say that southern roots and style, that's never gonna change, bro. Like you need those things. I mean, that's why people survived back in the day, staying at the mom and pops, you know, facilities, the juke joints. You know what I'm saying? You staying at a bed and breakfast at somebody's house. You know what I'm saying? You staying upstairs and coming downstairs, and the woman in the house cooking breakfast, but y'all all in one house. I mean, you can't beat better promotion than that.
For sure. I was gonna ask, what do you feel like is your favorite market to work in? I don't want to say best, but what's one market you really like, just love attacking? You know, bringing the new ideas and the different angles to break these acts.
You know, before, like, I ain't gonna front. When I got turned on to Atlanta, man, I got turned out in Atlanta. I loved Atlanta. Like, I was going to Atlanta like 6-7 times a year. Man, I love Atlanta. Like, I used to love Atlanta. I still love Atlanta to this day. But right now, it's like, I don't even know what market I could say is my best market. I like to be challenged, bro. Like, if it's not a challenge, then it's boring. Like, you know what I'm saying? You always got to keep your mind challenged and doing different things, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going to get stagnant, and then it's like you're going to become irrelevant. So my thing is like, how do I break an act? And, you know, I'm trying to think of a city, some country back road in Nebraska or something. You know what I'm saying? How do I get the music here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean that's my main goal, man, is to try to spread and get the message out, you know, and get the music. But I mean, today, I mean, you know, it's not the simple things anymore. You got all these different social media things from, you know, TikTok, Triller, you know, all the different things. You don't have radio stations all the time, you know what I'm saying? Podcasts are bigger than radio stations, you know, like, so you got to touch everybody, you know? Like, you know, Bianca that set this up, she like, kid, man, whatever you need me to do, just tell me. Because right now I got to spread the word about this South Coast Music Group brand. You know what I'm saying? I got to talk about all our acts. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure that people know who Big Molly is. I need to make sure people know who Tia Corinne is, you know, who, you know, Black Zach is, who Tootsie is, who Baby is, which he's dropping something tonight at midnight, everybody. So I just want to make sure that, you know, I touch everybody and make sure everybody knows what's going on. So you got to always keep, you know what I'm saying, keep the foot on the gas, man. Keep your foot on people's necks and let them know what's going on.
Facts. I thought that was one act you was gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying, with changing, because we was on Baby before he was Baby. It's Baby
Yeah,
Jesus. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
So, and,
I mean, bro, listen, I could talk about Keisha Cole when she was like walking her car and nobody knew she would come up to Interscope and put like a sign on her shirt, like the only artist that signed here with not a record out, like until when she got big. You know what I'm saying? I think what's so great about Baby, and what's always gonna be great about Baby is who he is, but Baby is a brand. And when you're talking to Baby, meaning Jonathan Kurt, you're talking to Jonathan Kurt about Baby. You know what I'm saying? So he looks at it as a brand too. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked at me, oh, I'm gonna put this diaper on and go out there. This is going, you know what I'm saying? He's so creative in different things. So it's great to work with him because you know you got to step your game up to do anything creative with him. You know what I'm saying? You can't come with the half ideas, the half step and stuff because he already thinking something bigger than that.
I definitely agree with you, man. I feel like he like single-handedly got a hand in the change of how like videos are being made now too.
Man,
like, because
you know, yeah, go ahead. No,
I'm
I
just
feel
saying, like, it's so much creativity in his videos and stuff.
It's crazy because, you know, the wheel always rolls. It's never broken, but it's just the way it happens. So if you want to go back, it's like, let's go back. And I mean, it's probably somebody earlier than this, but Busta Rhymes had the crazy videos. You know what I'm saying? And then who came after Busta Rhymes?
Missy Elliott, Busta, Missy.
Missy comes. And after Missy who comes, Ludacris comes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ludacris just have all them crazy videos, you know what I'm saying? And now I feel like now it's Baby's turn, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, you gotta keep these people entertained, man. You know, at the end of the day, we listen to music for feelings. I mean, sometimes it's sad feelings, sometimes it's happy feelings. But you wanna listen to the music and feel what you're trying to go after and get and feel. And the same thing with watching a video. Like, you don't want to go sit there and watch a video and they just stand there. You don't want to go to the show and just, you know, watching the show on stage and just stand there. Like I feel like when you see something with Baby, he gives you a show. Baby's trying to be in the crowd with you. Baby's trying to shock you, you know? And it's so great by doing it. I mean, even all our last performances that we did over the last year, 2 years, I feel like every performance we do, we step it up. We step it up. I mean, from the first performance on that we performed on Suge to, you know, we did the VMAs last year, and it was crazy because they're like, okay, cool, we know who he is. But for us to do the VMAs, and once we got it done and filmed and everything, and the whole network was like, oh my God, like they couldn't believe the creativity it was. Like we were getting on these calls, and they were like, we were giving it to them straight, and it's like, this is what it is. And they're like, now I gotta be more than this. And we're like, no, this is what it is. And we showed them, you know, and we got there and we laid out everything, and they were so amazed. It worked out so well. We did the VMAs, then we did the European VMAs, and then we did the African Award VMAs off of the first VMAs we did because he killed it so much.
Yeah, he definitely puts on the show. Like there's no doubt about that. Like
yeah,
people gonna remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like for real. Like it's always something. Like I remember the time he came out with the Jabberwockies. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Just always, like you say, bringing the creativity and just doing something different. Sure.
And what's so crazy about that is one thing about Baby, he invests into his show. So a lot of people like, oh man, I'm just trying to go get this check. No, like them times we brought out the Jabberwockies, some of that wasn't in the budget. Baby paid for them to be there. You know, Baby paid them. You know what I'm saying? Like he invests in his show because he wants to deliver the show because it's all about the fans. He wants to make sure like, yo, you're getting your money's worth, because if you're not, then it's like, what am I doing this for? And that's a great feeling. I mean, like I look at, you know, our other artist, Tia Corinne, she reminds me of the same thing with Baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's just coming up now, but like not same creativity, like the same things, but like super creative, super like, I want to do this, I want to do this. She put out that Luigi video. I mean, it's like everybody's like, oh my God, like they can't believe, like, you know what I'm saying, how she creatively mixed in the Mario Brothers and this and that. It's like, wow, that's dope, you know. But she's so diverse, and you need that. You need that. You need to be able to cross over. You need to get that person over there listening to rock and roll to understand your music, and you need to get that hip hop person over there that likes your rock and roll song. So I feel like you got to be diverse in this game.
Yeah, Tia Corinne definitely is really creative. We had the pleasure of interviewing her a few weeks ago, and
beautiful. Beautiful.
she tell us how she has a hand in how videos go and everything like that.
Everything. We had a call earlier today, man. I said something. She was like, and she checked me on the call, and I started laughing, and then she was like, "Yeah, just be quiet, just listen." And it was just funny because that's, you know what I'm saying. She's like, "I got this. You know what I'm saying?" Like, and that's just Tia, man. Tia's a great woman, a great mother, a great creative person. Like, I love Tia. I feel like all our acts are great, and they own their own lane. You know what I'm saying? All the way to the first lady, we got Big Molly. Like, she's great. Like, just calling her, and like, sometimes I gotta realize that you're only 19 years old because of the conversations we had. Like, it's amazing.
Sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, we had the pleasure interviewing Big Mally as well. Man,
I'm glad y'all did everybody.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't got everybody here, but we slowly but surely.
Yeah.
You know.
Shout out to Bianca, you know.
Nah, Bianca's all sis, man. You know, it's so funny, man. You know, Bianca's handles a lot of our international press, man, and we talk a lot. I've never met Bianca yet, and I've been knowing her for over a year and some change now. And it's like we talk through text or we talk on the phone. It's like I talked to you yesterday because that passion she has for music is the same passion I have, and it's like it just breaks barriers, you know?
Yeah, she definitely has a lot going on. She helped with a lot of things people don't know about, and
a lot of things.
People need to know about that. So
I mean, her light's getting shone on her, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna shine and shine more on her too, you know? Like, you know, I think back, and a lot of people always would tell me before, like, do interviews and, you know, put this out. And I never was that type of person, you know what I'm saying? And I had to have somebody actually come and tell me, like, look, bro, you know, you're different from other people, so you need to, you know, speak on different things the way you speak to everybody else on different things, and let that be known, so it's not just one typical thing that everybody, like, okay, that's the typical music person, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I look at Bianca and a lot of people that I work close with that I lean on, that, you know what I'm saying, lean on me, that we work close because I know they see the bigger picture and the bigger light. It's not like I got to be standing in the club next to the artist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, but shout out to her. She's been
making it happen.
No, she's definitely good. Like I said, man, you know, I can't wait till I finally do get to meet her. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, she's amazing.
Most definitely. So back to South Coast. What you got there around 2018, 2019-ish?
So basically, I actually just left last year Interscope. So what happened was, you know, baby, and when I realized Arnold had the baby, and I called Arnold to congratulate him on having a baby, he was like, "Yeah, man, you know my partner." And I'm like, "Yeah, partner?" And he's like, "Yeah, King Carter." And I'm like, "What? Like, that's your partner?" Now, I met Carter, like, you know, maybe like 5 years after I met Arnold, because Carter used to be a rapper, and my old coworker, Mike Spivey, used to manage him. And he brought him to LA, and me and Carter just got tight, you know? Another great soul, you know what I'm saying? Another vessel that's just like, okay, man, first time we met, we just clicked, you know? So he's like, "Hey, man, Carter, you know what I'm saying? He's my partner." And he was like, I was like, man, y'all keep doing your thing, whatever you need. And 2 months later, I get a call from my boss at the time, like, "Hey, man, we just signed Baby, and Arnold said, you don't know nobody here. He wants you to work on the project." So as soon as he told me that, I'm like, "Bet." I called Arnold. He's like, "So you ready?" That's the first thing he told me. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm ready. Let's go." So when they first came to the building, Baby didn't realize me and Arnold were tight. He didn't know that we would like known each other for years. So, you know, we just started working and grinding, and my relationship I built with Baby, and Baby, you know what I'm saying, you know, built a relationship with me and saw that I was grinding just like they were grinding. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, Arnold hit me the same way he hit me when I called him. And one day he was like, "Hey, man, you ready?" And I'm like, "Ready for what?" He's like, "You ready to come over here with us?" And I'm like, man, like I said, I've had many opportunities to leave and I did say today, but like I had many opportunities to leave Interscope before to go workplace. It just never felt right. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always something that's like, man, this don't feel right. But this is the time it felt right. And it's crazy. Like I say, things happen for a reason, because if I would have left, whoever knew that I would be where I'm at right now if I would have left before. And at one point, there was one place I did want to go. It was at Epic Records when L.A. Reid was there. And I met this gentleman over there by the name of Joey. I forgot Joey's last name, but he was the head of A&R. Me and him we met at a James Corbin show, and we started talking. I didn't know who he was. We started talking about hip hop. And man, he was like, man, you got to meet my boss. I'm like, your boss? He's like, yeah, LA. I'm like, okay. And he's like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, no. He's like, L.A. Reid. And I'm like, you know, I always want to meet that guy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the most, you know, biggest person in the music business, from him being in a group with the Deal to him, and you know what I'm saying, Babyface writing hits in the 80s, and then, you know, the Face Records in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, and him at Arista, and then going to Def Jam. It's like, man, this guy is powerful, you know what I'm saying? So I went and met him, and first day I met him, we clicked. And I started going back and forth, negotiating, and all these things. Rumors started coming out talking about he was about to leave. And I'm like, man, I called him one day. He's like, man, I'm not going nowhere. You good. But it just didn't feel right, you know? And it's like, man, I want to work for this guy, but it just didn't feel right. So I decided to stay at Interscope and sign my contract with Interscope. I turned it in the next day. After I turned it in, he got let go. So it's like, even then, like, I really wanted to go over there and work with that man. And it was like, if I would have signed that contract, I would have never would have worked with him.
That's fast. Everything happened for a reason. Like,
yeah, man, super for a reason. So now it's like, you know, I'm like, man, I know my brother. I know what Arnold's about. I know everything, you know what I'm saying, as much as of a man that I could know about him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm going to leave with somebody that I know that got love for me like I got love for him. You know what I'm saying? And I know what his drive is. So it was a no-brainer when it was time to, you know, to leave to go work at SCMG.
So you was working with Interscope, and then you went to South Coast. So you worked with Black Zach through Interscope as well.
Yep. That's how I met Black Zach. I was doing his marketing at Interscope. That's how I met Baby. I was doing his marketing. That's how I met Stun. I was doing his marketing. I didn't know them before. None of them. And then, you know, but it was like I bonded there so well with them. You know what I'm saying? Like jumping on the phone with Zach and his business partner, Bees, and, you know, getting on the phone with Stunner and, like, you know what I'm saying, walking them through things or telling them things. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about me, man, it's like, yo, I don't care what time of day it is, you act I work with, yo, I'm picking up the phone. You know what I'm saying? If I don't, I'm gonna call you right back. That's why, you know, I said sorry when Baby called. You know, I got to text him like, I'm calling, but no, like, it's go time. It's always go time.
Yeah, we know how to adjust accordingly because things happen in the middle of live, and we just gotta adjust accordingly. So
that's what I'm saying. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. You know how to pivot. You know how to adapt to a situation.
Quick too.
Exactly. You gotta be, because you never know, bro. You never know what situation you're gonna be in that you're gonna be able to adapt to, or have to adapt to. You know.
But then the situations you want to be in, though, when you find yourself have to adapt, because you know good things happening. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you the same every day. You know what I'm saying? And you might need to move, make yourself uncomfortable, learn how to readapt to something else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's why I say, man, it's so great when I was working with these acts that I know where I have a big budget that, you know, hey, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna make a little splash over here, which is a great feeling, you know, because, you know, if you do, like, I can't market, you know what I'm saying? I can't market Tia like I market Molly, you know what I'm saying? So I don't care if you give me the same budget, you give me Tia, it has to be different, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the fun in it, you know what I'm saying? How do we get the music out here so people can know what it is? And don't get me wrong, it's not an overnight success. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one thing I love about Nip was like, yo, he said it right. It's a marathon. You know, sometimes you might fall in the back of the pack, but sometimes you might be leading that pack. You know.
Yeah, but you keep it pushing. Keep that shit pushing.
Gotta keep it pushing. You gotta keep moving.
Grinding for real.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's what's so good about it. Man, I can't wait to see what this podcast is in a year, you know? To say, hey, man, I was on episode 137, man. Next year you guys might do 200 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So just to see what's going on and see how you guys can keep elevating is amazing.
Yeah,
And
we
that's what
definitely
you got to put in.
yeah, we definitely gonna be tapped in with you. Like you gonna see us for sure, and we gonna make sure we see you as well. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it, man. Let's keep this going. I mean, I look at you as a father. Now you picked up your kids and entertain them as you talking to me, and now they've been gone for like 5. So it's like you adapted to that situation. So it's like we just got to keep moving, man. Like if you keep your feet moving, man, you ain't never gonna slow down.
Yeah, I love that. I appreciate that for real, man. Like
Real talk.
means a lot.
Real talk. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I drink.
I know I got my water, but I'll cheers to that right there.
I drink to that. We didn't have no sounds in here. Let me.
There it is, bro.
Get that up here. All right, so what was it like working with Black Zach? You know, we from South Carolina, so we been Black Zach's fans for some years.
I love Zach, man. I love everything about that man, bro. Like I love that he don't stop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Zach, if Zach came out 10 years ago, Zach might be the biggest person in the music business. You know what I'm saying? As rapper. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he came in on the end of the trap rapping, but he's still relevant in it. And you can tell now that he's, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to say recreating himself, but show him he's more of a CEO and businessman with Eli and Fat Low. You know what I'm saying? Because those records is getting out there to these younger generations that's adapting to Fat Low and Eli, but it's like, oh wow, who's this guy on here that's killing the game, which is Fat Zach. Which is Black Zach, which is great. Like you don't see an independent artist that nobody knows have all these great, you know what I'm saying, MCs on a project before he's even known. I mean, that dude had Baby, obviously, because he's on LA, but I mean, he had Yo Gotti, you know what I'm saying? He had a Moneybag Yo. This is all on one project, you know what I'm saying? Like, people beg to have one of those people on one project, you know what I'm saying? And it was all about a relationship thing, like, in bonding, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't ever about like, oh man, we're gonna do it because of Arnold X, Y, and Z. Yeah, maybe Arnold introduced him, but it's the basis off of Zach. Zach's a very humble person. Like Zach's the person to say, you know what, man, if I'm making a rap game, I'm gonna make it in real estate. If I'm making it in real estate, yeah, I'm gonna make it in a car dealership. If I'm making it in a car dealership, that man don't stop. He gonna keep going and going and going. And you know what I'm saying? One thing for him, he's gonna be successful. Whatever it's gonna take to get him successful, and whatever trade he goes into, that's what's gonna be. And it trips me out that how young he is and he thinks like that. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, man. Black Zach make me so proud to be, you know what I'm saying? Especially like being one of the biggest artists from South Carolina, because we don't really have artists that, they be from South Carolina and then they make it. They don't really claim it, but just him staying true to South Carolina and doing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Like KT said, we was fans from him like for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Listening to Zach, and just to see him like take off, it's a proud feeling.
I first heard Zach, I was like, yo, this guy, he got it. Like and that's why I say we so connected on the West Coast and the South. When I heard Zach, it just reminded me of, damn, man, I remember those days. Damn, I know these. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just life. It was connecting. You know what I'm saying? It was like me and him are 10 years apart, but it's like, man, I felt everything he was rapping about because, even though it happened to you 10 years prior to me, I still know about that same situation 10 years earlier, which is a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one thing that, I hope all artists make is timeless music because, timeless music means you can listen at any point in time and you can relate to it, I mean, let's listen to your moms or your pops might play a record from Al Green, you know what I'm saying? Or Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On or something like that. Those are records, like some of them artists got timeless records. It don't matter what time and what century you're in, or you know what I'm saying, what decade you're in, is you're gonna still have that feeling. And that's what we strive to. And I feel like when I hear Zach's music, I feel like, like wow, like he's taking me back to that time.
Like y'all definitely have the talent over there South Coast. Like I could definitely see that. Like all the artists, like the Baby, Black Zach, Tusi, Big Mally, Tia Corinne and Tino
Mhm.
season his
I
music.
was about to say, yeah, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Arnold's super excited about him. I'm just getting into him. We got this guy, one of our young A&Rs, Jared Howard. He manages Tino, brought him in, and they've been talking about him. And I'm excited to work with him, man. I like to be so young, you know what I'm saying, and produce music and, you know what I'm saying, rapping and stuff like that. It kind of reminded me like when I first started working with Soulja Boy with Craig, that it's like, man, I couldn't believe that kid was 15 years old and made that record and that beat and was out on the road doing his thing.
Yeah, man. That talent is out here, man. For real,
Yeah,
real.
it is. And I love that Arnold's like sticking with breaking the Carolinas first. You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't have nobody that's on our label besides the Carolinas. I done brought them people and other people brought them. He was like, bro, until we put this Carolina all the way on the map, we ain't signed nobody unless they from the Carolinas.
Hey, I noticed that too. Like every artist, North Carolina, one South Carolina, Black Zach, but Carolinas putting on for the Carolinas for sure.
Carolinas, that's all he Carolinas on my back. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah. You know, we from the Carolinas. You know, I'm out in Texas now doing my thing, but I never forgot where I'm from.
Yeah, but you brought Carolinas out to Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it's a piece out there now, you know? And that's a great feeling.
Texas is like one of our biggest markets now. Houston is our biggest market on Instagram now, and it's like our second biggest market with the audio stream. So now
Houston is a beast, bro. I mean, I could tell you, man, go to Turkey Leg Hut. That's cracked. There's a place called The Address. When you go down there, you're going to have a ball at The Address, like day party, Turkey night. Texas is amazing, man. I have a great time in Texas. Every time I go down there, man. Dallas, Houston, Austin. I ain't been to San Antonio. I flew through there. I've never got to really, you know, touch the grounds out there, but Texas is great.
It's not as cultured as the other cities, but you
Man, you remember that night you remember that night?
Yeah,
you remember that.
Obviously, San Antonio has some places. That's good to know.
Yeah,
you got some places, but yeah, it ain't. The demographics ain't the same as Houston or Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Like I mean, bro, look, man. You know what? Sometimes it's good not to be in them demographics. You could, you know, jump in and jump right out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the best feeling. You know what I'm saying? When you got to be around something 24/7, and I think that's why I always have my probably migrate back there, because it's like I always come to LA. I always come home. I'm never gonna leave. I'm never gonna, you know, release anything that I have out here. But you know, I love to see and live in a different place. You know what I'm saying? It's like hop, skipping, and jumping away.
Yeah. What are some of the qualities you look for in an artist when you are given the assignment to market that artist?
You know what, man? I try to get a body of work and listen to the body of work to hear how diverse they are or hear the different lanes they go into, and then I want to sit down with them and listen to them and talk to them and see what they, you know, what their dreams are and, you know, what their goals are, you know what I'm saying, and what they're trying to get accomplished on everything. Because, you know, when we talk to these record labels, it's not like the artist is always talking to them. We have to go in there and speak to these labels on their behalf. And, you know, I always want to make sure I'm giving off the right message. Or even when I'm talking to them, talking to other, you know, partners, social media partners, radio station partners, brand partners, like that they understand who this artist is just by listening to me, just like if they was listening to them.
I got you.
I mean, to me, when that comes in, it's like, you know, don't get me wrong, I've worked with many artists that I didn't understand their music, you know what I'm saying? But I see how it affects the culture and I see how people get it. So it's like, how do we spread that message out there further, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's so many records. When I was working with Little Mosey at one point that he had, I'm like, bro, why don't you put this out? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he like, man, I'm like, Mosey, you speaking clearly, you speaking art, people can hear what you say. But he, to me, had that mumble and it was just going, you know what I'm saying? And it just worked, you know what I'm saying? And some of them big records he had, they bigger than life, you know what I'm saying? And man, that dude to be, you know what I'm saying, so young to make these records is unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember when I first seen him, he was at Rolling Loud at in the Bay, I think.
Oh, you was there? I was there too. I went up there because my other artist was out there, Kamaya from the Bay.
Oh yeah. She was on stage and then she came back out with YG.
Well, YG later on. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was there, man. The two-day event.
Hey, yeah, that out of ball that day. Mosey did stay in, come out, and that YG turned it out that night. That was amazing.
Man, one thing about YG when he do those shows, like,
shut him, Titty.
What are you about to say when he does a show? What?
We've been to two. I've been to 2 shows with YG, and he always had the ladies.
Oh yeah, show them things. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, and it was so crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this West Coast, man. Like it's a staple, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. You go out there and rock it. You know what I'm saying? It was so crazy because of his connection with the music that he makes. You know what I'm saying? What Mustard was making, it had that Oakland feel too. And then would come out, it just that night was unbelievable. That was a great show that night.
Yeah, I agree 1,000% with that, man. Like,
out of ball.
My feet was hurting. I promise you. After
yours were. I was man. Cause we left after that, and I was like almost 11. And I got there for Mosey at 12. So I feel you.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely, yeah. Let me see where I'm gonna go with this. What can we expect from you in the near future?
Man, growth, bro. I mean, for me, building this company to be, you know what I'm saying, bigger than what it is, like we just recently 2 weeks ago just got on, you know what I'm saying, billboards, power indie players for independent companies. Man, that's amazing. And I'm super happy about that. But I want to be, you know what I'm saying, the next one, you know what I'm saying, I want to just be the power player for the music record label, not even indie, you know what I'm saying? I want to grow our company where we got a bigger staff. We have our own departments and stuff like that. That's my goal. My goal is, right now, like, Baby, you know what I'm saying, is bigger than life. And now we got Tootsie coming up right behind them. That's going to be that act. So my thing is like, who's the next one we're going to build up? And I feel like, we got some great things coming, I think T is about to be phenomenal. I feel like Molly's developing more and is going to be superstar. I feel like Zach, the DME / South Coast Music Group thing is going to be a whole nother lane. So my thing is like to build out those different lanes and build their lanes and just keep building and building and building as high as we can build it. And to me, like when that happening, that's only going to be way bigger for South Coast. That's only going to be better for my future. So to me, if you ask me where you're going to see me in the future, man, on top somewhere, looking down, trying to see who we pulling up next. That's all I want to do. They got this famous saying, man, reach as you climb, bro. So every time we climb, I want to reach back and grab the next act, and let's start bringing them to the top. The floodgates is open, man. Let's bring everybody with us.
Y'all gonna have the Mount Rushmore of the Carolinas.
Hey, man, let's do all that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do all that, man. You know what? Not to be funny, thank you for saying that's a good idea. I might use that.
He write it down. He write that shit down.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Y'all already on my route on Mount Rushmore of the Carolinas, man, because y'all definitely put on for the Carolinas heavy. I love to see that, man, because I be feeling like, and then me as an artist too, I be feeling like it's so much talent. I done met so many dope like artists just from this area, you know what I'm saying, the Carolinas that be dope, like having some hard stuff, and just for y'all to put on for the Carolinas, I love that shit.
Dude, you telling a boy that grew up in LA, I love it too. And it's like for me to like just adapt to that and put this company on my back as well and rep it, you know what I'm saying? And jump all the way into it, I mean, I see the vision, man. I'm just blessed to be a part of this. I'm blessed to work with Baby. I'm blessed to work with Tootsie. I'm blessed to work with Molly and work with Zach and work with, T. And I'm blessed that they trust me,
Hey, how about this? The Baby had XXL freshman 2019. Tootsie, XXL freshman 2021. How that make y'all feel, man?
I mean, it feels great. I feel like I wanted to see Black Zach and Stunner for Vegas on here too. So it's like, a win is a win. But, I'm always want to ask for extra. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always want to ask for more. You know what I'm saying? And XXL, man, Bianca and the great Queen Vanessa Guru, man, they're great people, man. And, you know, they believe in the SCMG brand, you know what I'm saying? They believe in our artists, they believe in our movement. And I'm just, you know, thankful that, you know, they saw Baby as that superstar, and they see Tucci the same way, you know? And it just feels great. I mean, it feels great when, you know, to me, I look at Tucci, you know, he's our LL and our Nelly. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he raps about this and raps about that, but, you know, he knows his fan base is women, and, you know what I'm saying, he's going to cater to them. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to do what he has to do. You know, we love right now that the fellas is rocking with him too, and I'm super happy about that, because going back to marketing, you know, this just goes back to ancient time. Like, fellas is gonna do what's gonna make that woman happy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if that woman like that song, the fella gonna play that song. So it's like, I feel it's so great to know that we have, you know what I'm saying, a balance, you know what I'm saying, with 50 and 50% of women and 50% of men that's loving Tootsie right now. So that, to me, is gonna just make his, you know, his craft even better, and it's gonna keep growing his, you know, fan base. I mean, for me to see him and going on his Instagram and watching stories or watching a repost of dudes in the car rapping his music and singing along to these records, it's like, wow, this is amazing, you know?
Yeah, he came from the lyrical background, because Johnny put us on his throwback stuff last night, so that we already know him, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And for him to come with that, you know, sitting in the car rapping and, you know, freestyling and doing it in a white Chevy truck, and, you know, to where he's at now, being super harmonizing and stuff, it's amazing. That Tucci just turned 21 years old. I can imagine where he's gonna be at about 25. I can imagine where he's gonna be at next year.
Yeah, man.
Like, he stay in the studio, just like Baby. They stay in the studio. Like, it's like, okay, we gotta go to work. Okay, cool. I don't care how long we might sit on a video set with Baby. He be tired. Let's go to the studio. Like, that's just him. The same thing with Tootsie. Every time I talk to Tia, you know what I'm saying? If she not doing something with her daughter or doing something, she in the studio. Like, you know, same with Marvin. Same with Zach. Zach developing. It's great when, you know, you work with people that have the same vision you have. It's whack when you love something and you have a bigger vision for the artist and the artist have for themselves. Like, I can't want it better than you want it. This your career, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it feels good when you have an artist that's like, man, I want it as bad as you want it. I want it more than you. Like, push me. Bet.
Big facts, man.
I'm trying to push you. I mean, I want to see you. I damn near want to push you off the ledge and see you fly, because I believe you can do it if you say you can do it. And, I mean, that's just, you know, a great feeling to have.
Yeah, you got that work. You know what to do with these artists, man. For real, you know.
Man, you know, man, I've been blessed to learn, and I'm blessed to be able to adapt to each of them from, you know what I'm saying, in each of them situation, and be able to connect with them and, you know, get their message out there and market them. And I mean, I'm blessed to have it. I mean, you know, like I said before, I mean, I got dyslexia, bro. And, you know, I used to hate reading. I used to hate this. But man, it's like, I feel like we all have something that we all have a weakness, but then we all have something great about us. You know what I'm saying? And mine's been my personality and my creativity. And my weak part is my learning disability. So,
Hey, man, I don't believe in disabilities. I'm gonna say this right here. You know what I'm saying? They say it's a disability. Nah, I just feel like you do it differently, man.
oh,
You know
no,
what I'm
no, no,
saying?
definitely. No, I just want to, when I'm saying I do have a learning disability, I want people to know it ain't a problem with me. I love my disability. I own my disability. I went to school and I use my resources for my disability. I mean, if I didn't have my disability, I don't think I would have graduated college. When I was in school, I know I'm going off the subject before, I didn't read none of my tests to me. I had somebody read my test to me so I can understand the question. Because if I read it, it wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have read it that way. I had untimed tests. So as long as I didn't get up or I went to the restaurant, I could sit there for 8 hours and take my test. So my disability, I love it. I take it to advantage, you know what I'm saying, to my advantage point. I use my resources, you know. why I say that is that I want people to, you know, I don't know what they have. You know what I'm saying? I was watching not too long ago on Instagram this kid that was balling, and then I looked, that dude only had one arm, and it's like, wow. So he owned his disability and he balling. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, man, I wear that on my shoulder, like, you know, that's a proud thing for me, but I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not gonna just type something and send it without proofreading it. That's a no for me. Like, I'm gonna proofread that thing a couple times. I even got this thing on my computer and on my phone called Grammarly, and I type it in and they'll tell me if I have the wrong punctuations, and I pay for it myself, but I'm using that. I need that resource.
Hey, I had my Grammarly days too. I used that with the APA papers and things like that. It helped you put things in passive and active voice instead of passive voice. So it's
I love it.
Yeah,
because you never know. Like you know, you writing something, you thinking, oh damn, that's passive. I didn't even look at it as passive. You know, it's a great thing, bro. And I think if I didn't have it, I wouldn't excel to where I'm at. I think that's
facts.
I would never you. I would have never played Q. I would have never met Mo. You know what I'm saying? To be where I'm at now, everything happens for a reason. I'm loving every moment of it.
For sure, man.
Facts. So where did Pooh Jenkins come from? That's what I meant to ask you earlier.
Yeah, I was looking at that name for the longest. Like,
okay, so when I was in school, man, when I first got to school, man, I was large and in charge. I was fat as hell. So, you know, but when I got to school, like I said, the first year I was bored, man. I hated school. So when I got there, you know, we started bagging and dude called me Winnie the Pooh. And then we gonna start saying, we're gonna call you Pooh Bear. And I was there for that summer program for 2 weeks. And then when I came back and got into school that fall, you know, somebody was like, hey man, they started introducing me, this Pooh Bear. And I'm like, man, I gotta drop that bear part. I'm cool with Pooh. And so when I kind of get an Instagram, I typed in Pooh in it. I was like, man, it was already taken. So I'm like, I need a last name. And I was like, I think I just watched Janky Promoters or something. And I was like, Pooh Jenkins. And I just typed it in. It wasn't taken. I just ran with it.
Pooh Jenkins.
Just ran with it. So, I mean, a little background on that. I'm always going to be Pooh. I'm always a fat boy. You know what I'm saying? Mine. So like Pooh ain't never going to go nowhere. But Jenkins, yeah, that's brand new.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I was just wondering that. Like, damn, I meant to ask that earlier, but you know, we freestyling this shit. So
I know, bro. This is what it's supposed to be about, man. I love when it feel like a conversation and not like steady questions. You know what I'm saying? It feel more natural, bro. It definitely feels that. I mean, look, we've been on the phone for an hour and 15 minutes. I don't even feel like it. Feel like we just talking.
Yeah, we have our questions that we usually ask, but the in between stuff be like it's whatever. You know?
Real talk.
Who would you like to see on 1409 in the near future?
You know, I think who would I love to see on? You know, it's this kid, and I mean, obviously, I'm about to say I want to see everybody on here from SCMG, but
we're working on that.
Yeah, outside of SCMG, it's a kid out of Atlanta I used to work with, man. I think he's super talented. You know, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna have his great ping. His name is 5 a.m. I think y'all will have a great conversation with him. You know, he's young, but I mean, he's super talented. Like I said, 5 a.m. Who else would I like to see on here? I would love to see somebody old school on here for y'all to go back and forth and, you know what I'm saying, you know, have a conversation on, you know, like a Buster or something like that. You know what I'm saying? To discuss the old school and new school. And the funny thing about that, his first group was called Leaders of the New School.
Yeah.
You know, you're old school in the words of hip hop now. But I mean, man, Buster's a great man. I would love to see you guys do something like that, you know, at the same time.
And then I'd like to see the verses, honestly, like too.
Yeah. I just, you know what? I think Buster will have to go up against somebody like, but like, I'm trying to think like, it would have to be like, to me, the whole T.I. thing, it was cool, but I think Buster would have to go up against somebody like a Luda or somebody that's as animated as him, you know what I'm saying? That had that same music, feel good music as him, you know?
I was thinking Missy Elliott because they had the crazy videos and it was around the same era too.
Same thing. Missy would be a great one. I think Missy would be a great one. I feel like That'd be crazy. Just like I would love to see like a Pharrell and a Timberland go at it on it. You know what I'm saying? Even though Timberland one of the owners, but that, you know, that music, like it's like I think that time, you know what I'm saying? I think it'd be great.
Yeah, Pharrell and Timberland. I think Timberland the only person that would be able to go against Pharrell because of his diversity, different
That's what I'm
genres.
saying. The diversity, yeah, bro. Definitely diversity. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And they both out of VA, so that'll be like
right up the block from each other.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. That would definitely be crazy.
They need to go ahead and make that happen. I know he got even more songs he could play that he didn't play in the past 2 verses. So damn.
Oh yeah, exactly. Let me ask you a question. So you being an artist, bro, like what's your next steps? What would you tell the new acts that's coming out? You know what I'm saying? You got a podcast, it was great for your outlet, you know what I'm saying? Well, what you feel that, you know, I know you leading the pack on certain things that the other acts behind you don't have. So what you think the next act needs? Or what they need to do to get their stuff out there? Like, what can you tell them a way that, you know, helped you out to get to, you know what I'm saying, where you at now?
For one, man, you know, I'm still learning, you know what I'm saying? So, but I tell them for one, man, make sure you have your business, you know what I'm saying? Learn the business. For one, I feel like that's a big disconnect with, and like I say, I'm still learning the business. I had my run-ins with college, and you know what I'm saying, I had some personal things happen where I couldn't attend back. And then when I finally decided to go back, I was like, man, I want to go back for what I love, which is music. So currently in school for that is just learn the business, because a lot of artists, younger artists, just see it as, man, I can get behind this mic and, you know, I got all the talent in the world. You know, I always like break down this pie chart. It's like a small percentage of your talent, and a large percentage of how much you know in the business. You know what I'm saying? So for one, I would tell them to learn the business, stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Be themselves. Don't mimic anybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every time I play a song, you know what I'm saying, I feel like it's me. I ain't trying to mimic nobody. Although I get inspiration from different artists. That's, you know what I'm saying, but I just try to be true to me in every song. Just stay true to them. And it's a team effort, man. I feel like the independent wave has been something that's been going on, but you know what I'm saying, it's a team effort. A lot of people want to say I'm independent, I did it on my own, but it's a team. You know what I'm saying? You need to have a manager, somebody that could be in the trenches with you. You know what I'm saying? Just, it's a team effort. You ain't, if you're trying to do it by yourself, it's super hard. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with all that. I definitely agree with all that. I definitely agree with all that, man. Hey, man, well, look, I just want to say, look, I'm proud of y'all, man. I think, you know, I see y'all personalities. I would love to hear some of your music, but you know what I'm saying? Even this shows is great, bro. I mean, I could imagine, like I said, what it's going to be in a year, man. You know, I think y'all got the different elements, you know what I'm saying? Especially being from Carolinas, but also, you know, living in 2 different cities right now is great, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it obviously is working because your biggest following's in Houston, which is amazing.
Yeah, man, they show love out there for real. We go out there like every couple months or every couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? Just tap in. I'm going out there this weekend. We got an interview on Juneteenth with Mr. Brian Will Turner. He owns the Pocket USA. So I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. So
super creative invention.
What is it?
I'm about to show you. I had
I thought you grabbed another special guest. I thought that's what you was doing. My bad.
No, I had to so this is the device right here, the Pocket USA. This is the Pocket USA 2.0. So when you have an interaction with a police officer, let's say you get pulled over by the police, right?
Yeah.
You can put your documents in here, your license, registration, proof of insurance. You can put it all in here. You can slide it in here. It's like a little sleeve. And the suction thing, you can just attach it to your window. So you have your hands on the steering wheel. They can just, when they come up to the car, they can just grab this and get your documents out of there. So you're not startling them, they're not startling you. So there's no, you don't end up on the news, you know what I'm saying? So it's designed to save lives. So we're gonna be interviewing him on June 19th.
June 19th. That's great, man. I love inventions, man. I hope that works out for him, man. I mean, you know, just saying that, man, it's crazy, man, seeing all these, you know, different lives of, you know what I'm saying, minorities, you know what I'm saying, losing their lives. And it's crazy because like sometimes I watch the things and, you know, my mind like, yo, why did they do that? Or why did they move this way? Or like, you know, and it's crazy, man, because I feel like with even in us, I don't know if you saw that movie, what's it called? What's it called? The hate they get, that the hate they give us,
Oh
or
yeah,
Hate you
yeah,
give.
the hate you give. Now you know that's the same thing. What that was with Tupac. That's what the thug on Tupac's stomach means too. So the hate you give in that movie when you know Pops, you know, saying set him down at the table and was like, yo, we're gonna walk through this. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we're educating. You know what I'm saying? Some of our, you know, our peers, some of our minority kids, you know what I'm saying, what to do. Like what you just did right now was amazing. To say like, this is what this is. You know, you put this on your thing, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to do that. I remember as a child, man, like, and, you know, getting pulled over and sitting on the curb, and I'm thinking it's normal. Coming out the swap meet with fresh white tea and getting pulled over and laying the ground, like, I'm thinking it's normal. Like, that wasn't normal. I ain't did nothing. But, you know, I was educated because I had big homies. I had my older cousins like, hey man, this had to happen. This is what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, some of those moments are scary. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there with guns pointed at you and this, that, and that. You supposed to answer like you in school and nothing happening. That's hard, you know? And
right.
I, I'm just blessed that, you know what I'm saying, a guy like that has a great intervention, man, because I feel like that can work with anything. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be educated to know how to, look, I'm getting pulled over. Just stick this on your window. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and also like if you don't have windows, let's say you got a Jeep Wrangler or something, you got the shit with no windows, you got the magnet, you can just put it outside the door on the door of your vehicle, and they
Yep.
still get it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look, put on the rear view. I mean, put on the mirror on the side view mirror. You know,
Mhm.
I think that's good. I hope that, you know what I'm saying, that is, you know, I feel like that'll cut down a lot of things. You know, I feel like in those situations, man, it's I'm not saying I watch those things. And I'll be like, no, half that stuff. Like, man, this is crazy, man. That they doing this and they doing that, and they, you know what I'm saying. But it's like I feel like sometimes, like, man, just shut up and just answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
like, look, the quicker you do that, man. And I'm not saying you ain't wrong for being mad. And I ain't saying you ain't wrong for knowing that, you know, they doing us wrong and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't get past that. You know what I'm saying? Just like we can never get past, you know, sometimes the black cop showing out for the white cop. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, this person doing this person. You know,
For sure. So damn,
Big
this
facts.
this is their website right here, the Pocket USA. You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope, man.
yeah,
Like I said, bro, like go ahead and play that thing. I ain't mad. Like I think
A
this is good.
simple traffic stop can take a turn for the worse. Due to our anxiety or just the fear of the police officers, there is no need to panic or reach. I introduce to you the Pocket. This product is for our safety and the officer's comfort. As you get pulled over, have your license and insurance inserted in the pocket. Place it on the outside of the door. As the officer walking up, he will visibly see the pocket on the door with your license and insurance, and will also see your hands visibly on the steering wheel. The pocket will also help with social distancing due to COVID-19. The officer will take the pocket to his car, run your license, and return the pocket to your door. He will insert your citation if there is one, and both parties will drive away safely. My message to you: survive the encounter with the police officer. Get home. The pocket for our safety and the officer comfort.
yeah, man. That's
Man, and see right there what he just said is what I was trying to say. Man, do anything just to survive that situation, bro. Like, I don't care. They 100% wrong, man. Just do whatever it is to survive that situation, bro. Because we losing too many of us, man. And I say us, I mean minorities, period, bro. Over some senseless BS.
I'm telling you. And we look forward to speaking with him about how he came about this and how he designed it. Well, probably not how he designed it because that's
Yeah,
probably a secret. But
yeah. Nah, but I mean, but it's dope, man. Like, you never know, you know what I'm saying? Who thought Instagram was gonna be what it was? Who thought Facebook was gonna be what it is, man? Like, that thing might save many people's lives, man. That's great. You know what I'm saying? He's trying, he's putting the effort, he's putting the foot forward. That's amazing, you know?
Yeah, and he's already making moves. He's been on Fox 26 News in Houston and been on many other podcasts and other platforms. So people definitely know about this product, and they tap in with it.
What be dope, man, is like, would be dope for if where's he based out of?
Houston.
It'd be dope if, I mean, not to be like that, but shoot, the city of Houston or the mayor of Houston should, you know what I'm saying, buy those and give those things out. You know what I'm saying? To people, you know what I'm saying? Even the law enforcement say, you know what? Let's try this. These things ain't, you know, all these other methods ain't work. Let's try this. Let's put this out there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We gonna buy them. Just come get it, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever way they get them. But I mean, that would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? They putting a foot forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So peep this. There's a young lady that's running for mayor of Houston 2024. She's also a law enforcement officer in Houston, so she's pushing this product as well.
I'm glad she's embracing that. I'm glad. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Mr. Garrett Williams, she's running for mayor 2024 Houston, Texas. We interviewed her as well May 29th. So so
that's great, man. You know she gonna be great. Her last name Williams. You know you can't get
already.
No, man, that's good, man. You know, I think we need more of that, bro. I definitely think we need more of that, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. That's amazing. You know, it's so crazy, man. I'm sitting here thinking about just the different encounters I had as a child and teens. It's like, wow, like until you brought that thing, I never really looked at it like that. Like, that's crazy. So I'm glad somebody's making a change or trying to make a difference, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Telling you, man, like it's genius. It's a genius.
It is.
In my truck. I keep one right here so I can put it on the screen, like when recording and all that.
Yeah. I mean, do that, man. Like, that's marketing right there, man. Marketing 101. So you can stick to anything. Stick it to my screen. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people, a lot of people that is about seeing and feeling and knowing. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't go into the stock market and stuff like that because it's like, man, I'm giving you my money, but I don't see what I'm getting right away. You know what I'm saying? So to see this product and somebody to see it right and see how it's used, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. I want to dive in. I want one, you know? But if you told me, like, look, invest in this is going to be popping, you know, here, and there, a lot of people will be like, oh, no, I'm cool. But when they see it, just like I got it when I saw it, like, oh, that's a dope idea.
Yeah, and this is to show you the website and the video, you know what I'm saying? That's
I mean, they look like an informational video that, you know, that you will see on PBS or one of these other, you know, informative stations. You know what I'm saying? It's simple and basic.
Big facts. Hey, Guala, you ready for that question of the day?
Yeah, man. You know, I keep the question of the day on deck, man. We know we asked you a lot of questions, but we got the question of the day segment, man. The question of today is, what do you feel like, you know, since you work with music and the arts, what do you feel like the arts provide for society?
I mean, man, bro, let's just be real, man. Our country is built off the arts because the arts come from the culture. And our country is built off of the arts because the country is built off our culture, which, you know what I'm saying, is in everything that we do, you know? Like, you look at all these brand partnerships or like you look at these, you know, what commercial I was just watching the other day? Oh, well, let's go back. Let's look at that Scoop There It Is commercial. You know what I'm saying? With the, you know, that was a big record in 1991 and they over there scooping ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a cultural move. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's an art form for our country, culture. You know, those drum beats and stuff like that come from, you know what I'm saying, the drums that were getting beaten on in Africa and stuff like that. And now it's like, you know, you make music now, everybody want an 808 drum, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody, they want to have that feel, you know? So even with the drawings and stuff, you look at Ernie Barnes, like back in the 70s and stuff, he had cultural art that just related to people because it was so realistic, you know what I'm saying? You look at, some of these movie directors like Spike Lee and stuff like that. I mean, he's made movies, you know what I'm saying, and continues to make movies that is for the culture, you know what I'm saying, that represents our culture, So I feel the arts to us is a part of life, I mean, I just feel like, it drives everything. If we don't have the arts, like, I could imagine, like, what designs would look like, you know what I'm saying? What certain things, music would sound like if it wasn't there, You look from poetry to people that do mines to artists, all that is a part of an art form.
Facts.
What you guys are doing right now is a part of an art form. You guys are using a part of an art form and putting it out to the world and spreading it to everywhere. So I think art is in everyday our life. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I get up in the morning and the first thing I do besides brush teeth and everything is I'm turning on music. Like, it's just a part of us. And when you say art is a wild range word,
Yeah.
Architecture, he's an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, art could do a shoe designer, he's an artist, you know what I'm saying? A car designer, he's an artist. I mean, let's look at Tesla, you know what I'm saying? Eli Musk, he's an artist. Like, art is everything.
For sure.
I don't think none of us would survive without art. I'll be honest with you, like, man, it runs everything. It's a part of our culture. Like, I mean, look at our food. You know what I'm saying?
That's art.
That's art. The presentation, the way it looks, like that's art. Like
the way that turkey leg look on that plate.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
turkey leg
hood, that turkey leg with all that stuff on it. Yeah. I mean, you look at it, 2,000 calories worth of art, but it's amazing. The presentation is amazing. You know what I'm saying? You go to Papa Do's, they got a drink called the 3-wheel motion. That thing is artwork. You know what I'm saying? The 3 level. It's like, wow, like, man, art, creativity, and culture. I feel like that just drives us. And, our culture brings out all this art, man. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to see how different people in different cultures hate, you know what I'm saying, hate each other's culture, but we steal from each other's culture every day. We take that art from each other's culture every day. And that's wild.
Yeah, man,
it's amazing.
My answer would be to basically just summing up everything you said, in so many words. I was just gonna say I feel like art provides a portal for us to have a connection to like the mind, body, spirit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like art is just a portal to that connection because, like you said, we take from each other's cultures, but in reality, we're connecting with each other in ways that we don't care to like share or understand. So I feel like it's a portal.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Connectivity.
Another good question of the day, per the usual,
What happened? What's your answer? We got 2 answers. You just split off like, okay, I'm gonna dive the answer on that one. Like, you ain't funny, bro. What's your answer? Like,
go ahead and ask the question one more time.
What do you feel like art provides to society?
Man, like, I agree with a lot of things y'all saying, but art provides a lot of things. The design of buildings, like you think of it, you got art, you got architecture. It's not the same word, but you can see where I'm going with that. Yeah. You designing things, you designing buildings, infrastructure, the roads, the railways, the airways, you know what I'm saying? It all involves art. So art is where it's a part of where you at and it's a part of where you going. So that's where I'm gonna go with that.
Real talk.
I like that answer. It's a part of where you at and part of where you going.
Yeah, and a part of where you been too.
Definitely a part of where you been. That's real super facts on them.
So yeah. But yeah, the question of the day, fire.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah. I think a average person gonna get thrown off by that question.
Yeah. We got a question of the day, don't we? We supposed to add the word of the day too.
I ain't. It was a new segment somebody put on us. We needed a word of the day. I ain't even thought about it.
I got you. The word of the day is Juneteenth. Juneteenth is officially going to be a federal holiday. It was approved by the House and the Senate So yeah,
Facts.
that's that.
Hey, you know what's so crazy to me? Just like Juneteenth, like, you know, growing out in the West, we didn't grow up learning about Juneteenth in schools. I didn't learn that, like I said, till I went down south in FAMU. But I got a email notification earlier from one of the record labels saying that, hey, tomorrow we'll be closed because we're celebrating Juneteenth. You know, we're recognizing Juneteenth. And it's crazy, man, I mean, how a man had to lose his life, you know what I'm saying, for these companies, you know what I'm saying? And not just music companies, just companies, period, to recognize like Juneteenth. Juneteenth was so long ago. You know what I'm saying?
65, like
So long ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just recognizing this, man. Like, it's, you know, I hate that brother lost his life, but I hope that brother sees what his life, losing his life, has done for this country. Like, you know, and, you know, brought more awareness to certain things that we already were aware about, but like brought it to light. You know what I'm saying? Whoever thought in DC the mayor was gonna write up Pennsylvania Avenue, Black Lives Matter? That's why, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things were, you know, done, you know what I'm saying, because of this. And it brought a lot of eyes, you know what I'm saying? Because all these other people that passed before him, it's like, man, you know, here's another one. And then you see what happened right after that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's sad, man. It's sad that we had to lose another person's life, but then it's like, wow, like, you know, I hate that all these things happen because of that, like, chain reaction, because of what we lost for that. But it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And you know, we talking about Houston, that's Houston all day.
Yeah, and Texas altogether, like
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not need to. I'm just talking about George, like, being from Houston.
oh yeah,
Not saying the whole state. I get you. Yeah, I agree. But I'm just saying, like, just representing, like, he from Houston. That's just crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm just glad that, you know, people are putting forth effort to do better. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's fake or not. They still putting the foot forward to do better.
Facts.
yeah, federal holiday. I feel like
That's amazing, bro.
That's a step in the right direction for sure.
Big step. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but like back in right when President Trump, right when he was not Trump, right when damn, I should be slapped for saying that. Right when Obama was leaving, you know, they had to sign off on a law to let us vote again, because when they gave us the right originally, it was like after so many years, it wasn't like a regular law. Like, they had to re-vote on that to let us vote again.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I wasn't even old enough to vote, like, when he his first term. So
Yeah.
that's
No, Obama is crazy. But it's like, man, exercise your right to vote, man, for everything, man. I'm glad that everybody came out this time and voted. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you voted for. I'm just saying that you came out and voted, just period. You used your right to exercise your right to vote. And I feel like, you know, it's messed up sometimes when people got to go to jail and stuff like that, and they can't vote, but they still got to come home and pay taxes.
Yeah, that's facts right there, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's ass backwards.
Hey, brother, but look, man, I feel like what you guys are doing, getting this message out there, man, talking to all these different people, man, and I'm glad you're not just talking about music people, you're doing inventors like you guys are doing. That's amazing, man. That's definitely a round of applause, man, from me, from SCMG to y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, bro. That's a beautiful thing.
Hey man, we appreciate you. We already talked to quite a few of you all from South Coast, but we're looking to talk to all of you behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, on the scene, everything.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna work with Bianca to make that happen. You know, I definitely will do that. I'm gonna definitely do my part to make that happen.
Hey, for sure, we appreciate it. And whenever we in the same area you in, we gonna tap in with you.
Man, just hit me, man. Just hit me, man. I'll make sure Bianca give you on my cell now if you ain't got it and stuff. And just reach out, man. I'm always here, bro. If I don't pick up, text me. I'm gonna text you right back. I'm gonna call you back. But I'm not that fool that don't respond.
Already, I appreciate you, man. We
Nah,
appreciate you.
y'all. Nah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. You know, y'all stay blessed, man. Thanks for, 100%. Thanks for having me, man. Out of ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for whatever y'all need, man. And keep being successful, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, man. Thanks again.
Yes, sir. All right, we got one more segment on here. Got that down this or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
This or that. 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 This. Okay. Ooh, what we got here? What we got here? No AC in the summertime or no heat in the wintertime?
Damn. But you know, I hate to be cold, so I'm gonna have to go with no AC in the summertime. I can turn the fan on or some shit. Put that box fan in the window or something. You know, take it back.
I like being hot. I'm hot right now, so I'm gonna say no heat in the wintertime. I'd rather have no heat in the wintertime than no AC in the summertime, because you can you can layer up and get warm. But if you hot, you still gonna be hot whether you got on a lot of clothes or no clothes. You still gonna be hot. Like,
take your skin off. You ain't saw that new thing everybody doing?
You still gonna be hot. If you could take your skin off, you still gonna you gonna be hotter. Shit. So yeah, I'm going with no heat in the wintertime.
I don't know. I can't that damn sheesh. Cause sometimes them layers don't do nothing for them phalanges. You put them gloves on and shit, them damn hands still be cold.
You better put them hands on your chest or something. Put them hands
on the nuts. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah. I'm gonna stand on my decision.
I'm standing on mine too.
What else we got? What else we got here?
I was gonna say, man, purified water or spring water.
Man, I had some good spring water and it was black on. It's actually artesian water. I don't know if it's spring water. I'm gonna go with spring water.
Yeah, I gotta rock with the spring water. Don't do it purified.
Yeah, I gotta go with the spring water because that water was delicioso, and I ain't even had it cold or nothing. I drink my water room temperature most of the time. So yeah. But
I don't know. Some shit they give me.
I don't
have to pay for water ever again.
Ever?
I don't know what brand this is.
I know what brand that is. I used to work at Big Lots. That's that Crystal Geyser right there.
Yeah, Crystal Geyser.
Yeah,
spring water. I don't have to pay for water ever again.
Oh, you getting that thing by the boatload?
Hey man, you know I ain't saying too much, but you know.
Crystal Geyser. I don't know where that shit came from, but where they make it at, or where the headquarters at, but
it's decent, you know. It ain't the best, but it's decent.
Yeah, as long as it don't taste like plastic, I'm good with it. For sure. But shit, make sure y'all follow Garrett Williams. Shout out to him. Shout out to South Coast Music Group. Make sure y'all follow Garrett Williams on Instagram at Pooh Jenkins. Pooh Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? Follow South Coast Music Group on Instagram. Follow the whole label. Everybody on the label. If we can find them, you can find them. So then make sure y'all follow them. Also, follow us on Instagram at 1409 Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter because we got some shit going on this weekend, possibly on Twitter. Not want to miss. So it's possibly on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's some shit going on this weekend that you don't want to miss. So make sure y'all tap in on Twitter. What else? We on Always Press Record TV. Download that on your Fire TV or your Roku Nobody Grind Like Us Network. Download that on your Apple iOS device or your Android device. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all that shit. And make sure y'all shopping with Express Clothing. They have something for men and women. You know, you can go to Express, and then right next door they got Express Men. So you can take your lady out there. You can go look for your shit, and she can go look for her shit, and vice versa. Blase. So yeah, that's that. Follow me on Instagram, 843 Ambassador. You can see me in some Express because I'm an ambassador for Express.
And what you do with that thing?
I put it together. Put that thing together. Where can they follow you?
You know, it's your boy Guala Me Swirl. You can follow me on IG at Guala Me Swirl, man. It's Guala Me Swirl on all the music streaming platforms. Make sure y'all tap into the music. You know what I'm saying? Godly Intuition been out almost a month. Coming up on a month. You know what I'm saying? Videos about to drop soon, so be on the lookout for that, you know.
Yes, sir. All right. We got it's the 1409 podcast. And we out.
Peace.
Can't dig my soul. Can't dig my soul. Can't dig my soul. Hey, yo, Miro, you ain't in.
Most of my thoughts be deadly. My mind is a lethal weapon. Too many people flexing. Baby, I need that real.
Show me some real love for once. Don't make me get out of character. Bring me all that you got. What makes you think I can't handle you? No, I'm allergic to gold diggers. No, I'm allergic to soul diggers. Fuck around and did some soul searching. Got some clarity, now I'm more certain. Why I'm so different from niggas. My ambition is vicious, ridiculous. Rounds so they tired and sick of me. I was down and they laughing, they shit on me. Now I'm about some potion, so sympathy. In my head, I'ma make them come alive. I hear evil on my shoulders. You don't wanna be that side. I've been walking through the darkness. Can you point me to the light? I got hustle in my G's. You can see it in my eyes.
Can't lie, I don't fuck up chances. I guess you could say I learned lessons. Everybody out here clout chasing. I just wanna know how you feel.
My ego big, I'ma make it fit. Even under pressure, I'ma make it work. Diamond started in the dirt first, so all this pain's a blessing. It's not a curse.
I'ma make it do something good. Now they wanna ride my way. See my things yesterday. I couldn't even find my way. If you ain't trying to keep that shit silent, you get the fuck out.